Okay, for this card, this is the Wishing You the Sweetest Season card. And in your kit, I actually did include a pre-printed one that said that because I thought it was such a cute saying to go with this. If you want to use a different saying, just flip it over and use the other side. Once you put it down, you're not going to see through it. So with this one, I used the Sweetest Borders die. It comes with that candy cane border, and I used the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine to do that I showed you before. And then the candy canes that are in here I used, but there's also holly and little sprigs of pine and different things in the set. So, and it coordinates with the Sweetest Time set. Again, you can buy this as a bundle. And this has that saying, wish you the sweetest season. So for this one, I'm going to grab my stuff, and you should find 3 of each of these things in your bag. And this, I'm using a white base, and this is actually a thick cardstock. And so I cut it the other way because for some reason the grain in the thick one tends to do better this direction. So you're just going to fold your card over. It's still going to be the same size card and use the same envelopes. And again, if you have your bone folder, it'd be good to use there. So I have my card base, and I won't need an inside because it's already white. And then I'm going to use this piece that I already cut out. Now what you're going to find is some pieces might have like a little piece that didn't come out. I tried to get as many out as possible, but with cutting 90 of these, it took some time. So, so you may find a few pieces in there. Just poke them out with something that has a point on it, either a ink pen that's not open, or a needle or a pencil or something, just to poke those out. And then you're going to put your adhesive on this back side, and you might want to just put a tiny bit on a couple of these pieces that are sticking out, just so they stick down as well. And you're going to line this up right at the edge of the card. So now you've got your edge on there. I'm going to just throw a little more adhesive under here. There we go. Okay, and then you're going to take your Wishing You the Sweetest Season saying and put your dimensionals on the back. In this case, I used 2. That way the middle has a little bit of give. It'll still have dimension, but when you're mailing them, they don't stick up quite as much if you don't use a ton of these. And then you can position this however it looks the best, as far as I kind of tried to center it pretty much on my card and not overlap my edge so you could still see the design. And then I'm going to make my candy cane. And to do this, I saved you a little bit of time and pain. Again, you might have to poke out those extra little pieces. But one thing you're going to find is once you pretty much get those pieces out, and if you don't get them all the way, don't worry. Notice how that has a white backing. I did an adhesive sheet on these before I punched them out because I knew you were going to have to adhere that to the white so that you'd have the candy cane backing. If I was going to do it just on here, I wouldn't have put the white underneath, but I want to pop this up a little bit onto my tag there. So for this, you can either use your adhesive or use a couple of the glue dots. Actually, I'm going to use my adhesive and save the glue dots for the bows. So just put your adhesive on the back. And then put this so it's not overlapping your words, but just hanging off the tag just a little bit. And then take your bow that I pre-tied for you and one of your glue dots. Now yours are probably going to be on a sheet that's like maybe one of these folded over or however they are in your packet. But I find these to be one of the easiest ways, and don't do what I just did. They love fingernails, so they're very hard to get off once they get it on the fingernail. So your best way to use it is just to attach the bow directly onto the glue dot while it's on the paper, and then pull it up. And then with that, you'll put that over that little candy cane, and then trim the ends to whatever length you want them. I'm going to trim these off just a little. I went and got my scissors, so. And last but not least, I'm going to take some of those little rhinestones. Yours should come in little strips of 3, and there's 3 different sizes. So what I did is I just took the smallest one and put it in the middle of this, took the next size and put it in the middle of this one. Come on, stay on there. And the largest size and put it here. Or you can do it the other way. Actually, I think the first time I did this, my things were going the other direction. So, but however you like it to look, I just like that extra little bling. If you don't want the bling, you don't need to add it. So that is our finished card.